Hey folks, Ben Gilbert here with Engadget, and we've got Frank Azor? Azor? Okay, we're going to go with Azor, and
like our console.
and you're the general manager at Alienware.
Yes.
So that means you're kind of the, I believe it was described to me as head honcho of Alienware. Is that correct?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. Well, you're the man at the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't mean my
So
employees always listen to me. So
sure.
Sometimes I'm listening to them. But yeah.
So we're here today in sunny, beautiful New York to talk about the Alienware Alpha. It's a PC. It's a game console. Maybe you could define it for me.
It's a little bit of everything. So, I mean, we think it's the PC gamer's console, quite honestly. I mean, it's a console with everything you love about your PC and everything you love about the PC, the openness of the PC, the ability to go out and get games from pretty much anywhere you want to get the accessibility of thousands of games that are out there.
Sure.
The flexibility of connecting your own hardware in there. But we've done all that in a console form factor with a console graphic user interface and really a console experience end to end. So if you want to just sit back and relax on your couch with friends or even by yourself and just have that kind of gaming experience that lends itself to that, you've got a box now that can finally do that without having to make all these other compromises that the other guys ask you to go off and make. And then at the same time, if you want to go in and plug in a keyboard and mouse and use it as a traditional PC because maybe you want to get a game of League of Legends going or Dota 2 or something like that doesn't play well on a gamepad, you've got those options as well with the Alpha. It's an amazing box. It can do anything.
So what you guys are showing here today is the Alpha UI, right? That's the official name, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's just I mean, Alpha and the UI element of it, the user interface element, they're one product. They go hand in hand.
Sure. You spoke about this actually a little bit before. This isn't a UI or a software that'll show up on other Alienware products just yet, at the very least, right? This is, as far as I know, intended for just the Alpha console, or Alpha console. I guess I'll call it that.
Yeah,
Alpha product.
We had a really good discussion earlier. You know, if our customers want the Alpha UI on more boxes out there, we're really good at listening to our customers.
Sure.
You know, we'll consider it, and then we'll potentially put it on other boxes. When you think about console, it's a closed environment.
Right.
You have to use X companies' software, their apps, their games, their keyboard, if they even have a keyboard, right? Their gamepad,
sure.
All of their accessories and peripherals. And when you look at the bag of parts, you're like, oh my gosh, I spent like $1,000 on all these things, so they have to be officially licensed things. What we're delivering is a hybrid of both. We're giving you a closed environment from a software perspective. At least the shell of it appears to be closed. But if you want to go into open mode, if you want to exit that and you want to get into a Windows interface, or if you want to plug in a keyboard and mouse from Logitech, Microsoft, Rocat, any company you want to go and plug in a keyboard and mouse, by all means, go for it. If the drivers, for whatever reason, aren't already in box and you have to go and download a driver, we got a web browser for you to go off and do that. You can just go download a Windows driver. You don't have to go and deal with a lot of friction or a lot of issues there. Now, you know, there's PCs that do that very, very well and that are better suited for doing that on a monitor or on a laptop.
Sure.
And we'd still recommend you have a PC to go off and do it. But if you decide you want to do that on your TV, we're going to let you do it. It's open. And that's what we mean by it's kind of like this open model and this closed model. It's up to what you want to do with it. You want to put yourself in a closed environment? Go for it. It's your choice. If you want to be in an open environment, it's your choice as well.
So in that sense, we were talking about this a little bit before, but there seems to be I see a bit of a conflict there, right? There's the concept of this being an open platform that you can mod a console for PC gamers, and at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that's been streamlined so that you don't have to do that, right? In terms of graphical settings, it's the kind of thing that a PC gamer probably wants to tweak, and at the same time, it's something that you don't necessarily want to see if you're somebody who's using a console, right? That's kind of the promise of game consoles, is that you don't have to mess with any of that stuff. So it seems like it's kind of intended for an audience that might not necessarily, like they might want more from it, right? It seems like a confusing mixed message to me in that sense a little bit.
Well, you know, it's going to be up to the customer again. I think that's the biggest unique advantage that we have as a platform is we're giving you choice. Most of the other devices don't even give you a choice. And if you don't want choices, then you have solutions out there already that are available to you. But we think we're introducing a product that is finally going to give you a choice in the living room. Are you willing to sacrifice some frame rates in exchange for a better graphical experience? You have the choice now to be able to go out and do that. Do you want to play with a gamepad, but maybe your friend wants to play with or against you with a keyboard and mouse because they just hate gamepads? There's going to be some games that are going to be able to support that. We were showing off Gauntlet at E3 with a keyboard and mouse, and 3 other guys were playing with a gamepad. really cool experience. No other device is going to allow you to use that type of a mixed control interface. Do you like the PlayStation style gamepad layout more than you like the Xbox style gamepad layout? Go take a gamepad like Logitech's gamepad that follows that kind of design, plug it into our box, and it's going to work right out of the box. So it's just it's a matter of choice.
So I'd like to kind of shift the topic a little bit to the Steam Machines initiative. Alienware was part of, obviously, the big rollout of Steam Machines at CES, and the Alpha was there as a representative, and things have obviously changed a little bit. I'm not going to ask you stuff that you can't answer about Steam's controller or Valve's controller or whatever else, but in terms of the way that you guys approached dealing with that, it's fascinating, right? Like, it seems like you guys just had to pivot and make your own UI and include there's now an Xbox 360 controller that'll ship with it and a dongle, and obviously that wasn't all part of the original plan. So how quickly did that stuff come together? Why continue to go towards that plan instead of just waiting a year or whatever else?
Well, that's a good question. How long do I have to wait?
Exactly.
Valve is exceptional at delivering products that are great on day one. And they're going to do the same thing they've done with all their games with that gamepad and with that operating system. And we don't know when that's going to be, but I know when it finally comes that it's going to be amazing. In the meantime, we got game developers delivering amazing games that play great on a TV and in a living room environment. We have a box that's ready to go. We have Steam Big Picture mode that's ready to go. I mean, the only major issue that we've got is that we have an operating system that wasn't designed for the living room. And when we looked at, well, what's it going to take to go off and do that? It's like, hey, it's possible. We can actually go solve that gap as a temporary solution until the OS, Steam OS and the Steam Gamepad are ready to go. And when they come out, customers will have a choice. They can either go with Steam OS if they want to and Steam Gamepad, or if they want to stick with the Windows box for whatever reason, they're welcome to be able to do that as well. Alienware has always been about being open. It's always been about giving our customers a choice, and we're going to continue to do that.
Hopefully we'll hear more about Alienware Alpha in the coming months, and it's available this holiday, right?
Yep, we'll be shipping before the end of the year.